master's grand plan for harvesting the nations, for harvesting the multitudes of the earth into his cause, just before the close of the great controversy between the forces of good and evil. So we continued, after we expressed ourselves that we're deeply interested to know more about the activities of spirits. And he said it's going to be done in a unique manner. This grand plan is going to take people are going to eat the stuff. Because it says spirits, even spirits, will declare themselves to be inhabitants of far distant planets in the galaxies that are coming to warn the inhabitants of planet Earth of the impending destruction of the planet, unless something seriously proper is done to avoid it.
A new United Nations report on climate change warns the world has only 3 years to act in order to avoid an irreversible catastrophe.
A potential UFO investigation was sparked from this emergency 911 call in Las Vegas. On April 30th, a family claims something crashed in their backyard. The video coming out just this week, they claim they saw non-human, it's the way it was described, beings walking around, and whatever it was, it looked right at them, they say. The officers who went to the home also reported seeing a flash in the sky. That's significant. Right before this 911 call came in,
there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us.
And for tonight's Future of Everything, we're going to talk about UFOs, because it is my hope that in the near future we figure out whatever the heck has been going on in our skies. And if you follow a lot of the UFO incidents involving the U.S. military, you might have seen a lot of people talking about several videos of what looks like a triangle seeming to hover over a base out of 29 Palms here in California.
Those are not aluminum rounds, because aluminum rounds fall. And nobody shoots in a 5-gun section.
According to reports from witnesses, the whole thing only lasted about 10 minutes, from 8:20 when it appeared to 8:30 when it blinked out. According to Corbell, it was seen by more than 50 people, many of them Marines at Camp Wilson, who captured those images, but they just couldn't explain what they saw.
As aparições de OVNIs pelo mundo têm gerado muitas especulações e polêmicas. Alguns objetos também foram vistos no céu aqui do Brasil.
Moradores aqui do Paraná começaram a avistar e a filmar OVNIs nos céus do estado. Eram luzes que piscavam em cores diferentes, se moviam de forma muito rápida e causavam arrepios em quem estava filmando. Um estudante flagrou os objetos luminosos no céu. Segundo ele, era uma espécie de triângulo que ficava trocando de cor. Já outro vídeo, também com luzes que mudavam de cor, foi gravado por moradores. As luzes permaneceram assim por algum tempo, até desaparecerem.
Já tínhamos tido as aparições relatadas por pilotos de uma companhia aérea nos céus de Santa Catarina, lembram? Pois é, dessa vez as ocorrências estranhas aconteceram nas proximidades de Porto Alegre. Na noite do último sábado, luzes desconhecidas foram vistas por pilotos de 2 voos diferentes que voavam para Porto Alegre.
Umas luzes, por vezes elas apagam e acendem, às vezes são uma, às vezes 2 ou 3.
Diante Diante de um comitê da Câmara dos Estados Unidos, 3 militares americanos aposentados se disseram preocupados com a forma como o governo está lidando com a questão dos objetos voadores não identificados.
As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena.
As audiências sobre OVNIs marcam uma mudança na postura do governo americano sobre o assunto. No ano passado, um subcomitê da Câmara se reuniu para falar sobre isso pela primeira vez em 50 anos. E o Pentágono já admitiu estar analisando 650 casos de objetos voadores não identificados.
Olha, ontem nós falamos de astronautas, hoje a gente vai falar de extraterrestre, porque no México, restos mumificados que seriam de extraterrestres foram exibidos hoje na Câmara dos Deputados do México durante um debate na Assembleia Pública para a regulação de fenômenos aéreos não identificados. Não é brincadeira, minha gente, olha lá, ó, os restos das duas criaturas, têm cerca de 60 centímetros, teriam sido encontrados na região das linhas de Nazca, no Peru, a cerca de 400 quilômetros de Lima, em 2015.
I don't think anybody's going to believe that you or anybody else could be from Venus. Could you explain to us how you could be when everybody knows it's uninhabitable?
They think it's uninhabitable because it is not inhabitable by physical life forms. We have bodies of light.
While Leah rambles on with fantastical ideas, she soon compels the audience toward global unity, a message found throughout the New Age movement.
And what occurs here on this planet will affect the rest of the universe. Can you, with all of your different ideas, all of your different races, come together as one planet and one people? We have dedicated millennia upon millennia to this idea. The earlier experiments with Pan and Lemuria and Atlantis were not successful. But this one will be. We have bodies of light.
And they always praise the great master, Satan, as a super intelligent being that he is, beautiful to behold, and if he ever appears to you, you won't be able to look upon him because it'll be too bright. And the spirit appeared to him, and he said it was, the angel was so bright that he could not look upon it.
People that claim these abduction experiences say that little grey entities enter their room in the middle of the night and they see them pass through the walls, or they see them enter through the ceiling. And then these people who believe that they've had some real physical experience claim they're taken through the walls. Now you and I know that can't be happening, but these people are having a real experience. But the question is it really aliens? Now my conclusion there is I don't believe it is.
They appear to have the ability to materialize and dematerialize without a trace. One of the great mysteries of the UFOs isn't seeing them, is trying to figure out where are they when you don't see them. The two top researchers in the last century, really, is Jacques Vallée, France, and J. Allen Hynek, the American. Now, J. Allen Hynek was head of astronomy at Cornell, and he set out to debunk this nonsense about UFOs, and he became one of the most ardent, competent, balanced researchers in the trade. J. Allen Hynek, he died a few years ago. Both of these respected researchers came to the conclusion that they're not intergalactic for lots of physics. There are a lot of physics rebuttals to that conjecture. They both argued that these things are demonic. Their term. They've written many, many books. You can check them out. These are not religious people. They're not people with any kind of personal agenda. But they came to the conclusion that these things, on the one hand, and by the way, we take for granted that we strip away the nonsense and the hoaxes, set that aside. There's tens of thousands of files you have to wallow through. When you cut through all that, there's still a core group, a substantial core group of real events that need explanation. And so on the one hand, they exhibit physical properties on the one hand. On the other hand, they also violate all physical laws. And so the conclusion that both J. Allen Hynek and Jacques Vallée and others have come to is that they're hyperdimensional, that somehow they come from another dimension periodically.
So he went on explaining about the fact that the spirits will show themselves willing to give valuable guidance that will not only help people avoid the destruction of the planet, but it would cause it to enter into a higher state of existence.
Some weird type of skate park. Over there looks like the beginnings of an Aztec temple, and then it's sort of, I think that's Christ, but he looks like sort of half man, half fish. This is going to be an interesting day. In the 1960s, a medium called Chia Neva received messages from spirits telling her to found a new religion which now claims almost 500,000 members. The Valley of the Dawn appears to blend Catholicism and Spiritism with Eastern and African religion. It's a day-glow hodgepodge of beliefs and just about the most outrageously colourful religion I have ever seen. Hola. I join Iria, a spirit medium who is preparing for a mystical-sounding ceremony.
Yes, I put already my dress.
I notice you have all of these symbols on. You have
Yes.
You have Ra. Is that Ra?
No. This is Nefertiti.
And the Star of David.
This is the star. There's two triangles, the positive and the negative.
I see.
Okay.
This seems like a wonderful religion if you like dressing up.
Yes. Because we are happy.
What's happening here is that they are invoking divine energy, and it looks as though some people are becoming possessed. Do the spirits that come, have they been human beings in the past?
Yes, everyone. But he died in a very bad shape, in hate.
Okay.
In violence.
And you and everyone else are hoping to be able to heal that.
Yes, befrying this spirit to get to colonies in the space, in the hospitals.
So you are saying there are hospitals in space?
Yes. Yeah, NASA is discovering some, but they don't tell us till now.
Okay.
Okay?
The Valley of the Dawn believed that 32,000 years ago, a spacecraft from a planet called Capella arrived here on Earth. It carried an alien race who evolved into higher spirits, which now seek to guide and influence humanity.
all sorts of complex designs. These first appeared in the late 60s, I think early 70s in the south of England. And they were a pretty simple design, and then they got more and more complex. And some of the hyperbole that's followed these, and you've heard some of this stuff, they are so precise and so exact, they could not have been man-made. The stalks have been bent in such a fashion, they've not been broken. We don't know any technology that can do that. There's leftover radiation. The cellular structure of the corn stalks or the wheat stalks or whatever it is have been changed. We've heard stories like that. But in the 1980s, two elderly gentlemen by the name of Doug Bauer and Dave Chorley stepped forward and claimed responsibility for all the crop circles that appeared, in that early period. Now, they multiplied all over the world, so the first thing you need to realize, even though there are experts called seriologists, okay, serious field studies in this, that say they were created by aliens, just average Joe Blows like you or me gathered that it could be made, and they started replicating it all around the world. Here's how they make them. You can go to this website, circlemakers.org, and that's how they make them. Look at this, folks, a plank and 2 bits of rope. That is the most common and effective method used by people all over the world in making crop circles. However, there is a sinister side to it. And the circle makers, and again, look for yourself, you go to their website, their name originally was Team Satan. And you would wonder why somebody would call themselves Team Satan. I mean, they're in this for business now. Obviously, it was politically incorrect and they changed it. But why would a group of people call themselves Team Satan? Well, when you investigate their website, you'll see that they say when they build these crop circles, they have all sorts of paranormal experiences. People have had healings. There's been radio interruptions. Lights have appeared in the sky. And so they don't believe that it's UFOs, they just think it is some sort of psychic or paranormal experience. I mean, for example, I was in Canada recently, I turned on the Sci-Fi channel and there was a woman channeling a message from an alien being. And she was saying from this alien being that we've evolved to such a state that you couldn't see me. My atoms move so fast that if you were to pass your hand through my body, if you were to try to touch me, your hand would pass right through my body. And so people are dabbling in some sort of what they think is some sort of pseudo-technology when it's really opening a doorway to the occult.
We will succeed because we are fully committed. Because wherever we live, whoever we are, we all share the same responsibility. Make our planet great again.